All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another morning of morning motivation. So, discipline, it doesn't all just come at once. You build habits slowly over time. If you have no habits built up at all, if your sleep isn't good, if your diet is not good, you're not going to be able to build a business, right? You are going to have to start at the fundamental levels of disciplining yourself and your choices. And over time, you can build on those habits and build something more and build something um, worth devoting your life to. But all of this is worth devoting your life to because around here we're talking about self improvement and how to get better. And so that's the first idea. Okay. The second idea is gratitude. Gratitude is taken for granted. We have so much to be grateful for, and it's all a matter of perspective. We think that our lives are hard. I think my life is difficult. I think that I have no free time. But from somebody else's perspective, I have the best life in the world. I have a stable job. I have plenty of money. I'm living with my family. I see my friends regularly. I have time for exercise. Like there's a lot of good stuff going on in my life. So I have the ability to create and share, but I often think of it through the lens of, man, I wish I had more time to do the things that I want to do instead of going to work to make a buck. But if I didn't have a job, then the perspective would be, oh well, I need to find a job so I can have money so that I can survive and pay rent or whatever, So it's all a matter of perspective. We could be, there could be an active war going on around where I live, and I could be in fear of my life every day, but that's certainly not the case. I have water and electricity that I just take for granted that I assume it's going to work. Like that, I take that for granted. Like that's not a guarantee. That's not a given for many people in the world today or for many people who have ever lived in the history of this planet. Food has been scarce, weather has been more severe. Granted, they didn't have air conditioning and structured buildings and shelters like we do today. We have structural engineers, we have so many people who are specialized, and we have so many complicated tools and gadgets that make our lives better, and we just see our lives for the negative. I think that's something that is very natural and it evolved to make us better is that we tend to see the negative in things because that keeps it safer. That keeps us wanting more. And that wanting more is a survival mechanism that helps us perpetuate because we're over prepared. Um, in the face of potential disasters, it's better to be over prepared because the ones who have more preparation are more likely to survive. If you have more food stocked up and saved, or money, or you have a stronger shelter, like you're more likely to survive if there's a famine or if there's a hurricane or something. So we tend to worry and we tend to over prepare for things that we don't necessarily need to worry about. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have to say on that one. Going back to the first thing about discipline, like you may have heard habit stacking before. Let me step back. I was talking to a friend of mine at the gym yesterday, and um, he doesn't have a stable job. He's moving around. He's moved to different cities, and he looks at my life and he's like, "Man, Drew, you've got it made. You've got so many good things going for you." And that kind of like shocked me a little bit because I look at it like, man, how can I get away from this job? How can I start making money on the side with YouTube so I can do more of what I want to do instead of drive to work every day and I don't want to complain like my job is all terrible. Like it is for the most part enjoyable, but it's a job that takes 10 hours out of my day every day. Like that's not cool. So, but his perspective was wow, look at that. You have the ability to save money because you're living at home and you're working. So there's so much to be grateful for, and it's all a matter of perspective. Think about how can you change your perspective. What are the things that you are grateful for? It could be as basic as like you have one or both of your parents, you have a best friend, you have enough money for food, like you have food in front of you, presumably you eat every day. Like whenever you eat, you can be thankful and grateful for that food that you have. When you put your shoes on, you can be grateful that you have shoes to put on. When you put on any other piece of clothing, you can be grateful for your pants. Like you can be grateful that, like, I'm in my car right now and there's no lights on the dash. Like I'm grateful that my car is reliable and it gets good gas mileage. Like it, there's infinite things that we can be grateful for, and it all it takes is shifting our perspective away from the things that we lack, that we don't have, that we want, to what we do have, and appreciating those things that we do have. And just to go a step on top of that, when we do appreciate the things that we do have, we're in a more positive emotional state. As I've talked about with the emotional spiral, you're on a higher vibrational level when you're experiencing gratitude. And through that gratitude, it's going to be easier to manifest more positive things in your life because it's a vibrational match for where you are at. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Um, Morning Motivation with Drew. Appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day. Please like and subscribe. I'm getting a slightly more traction with these videos, so I appreciate you guys who have subscribed and are liking them. Leave comments letting me know where you're at in your journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.